Teferi will be the nuts in this matchup. I don't know, him sticking Elspeth here is maybe just over. Hang on a second. Second main will do it. So let's say we rogue. Does it give us a chance at least? Oh, see, got me. See if this gives us at least a chance. Let's just go to the sky. And we have to against these incoming soldiers. Hope he overcommits and lets us sower. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be really rough. Maybe he was greedy for us to try to get the click off there, and then he had to dissipate and then landed the Elspeth. I don't know. Actually, no. He was going to land Elspeth regardless. Look at his mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5. Actually, no. He couldn't Elspeth and dissolve. We could have waited, maybe. It felt good, though. But yeah, we could have waited. Actually, if we upkeeped even the Vendilion Clique, it would have been fine. I thought it was a dismiss. It was a dissolve, which is a different... Yeah, it's relevant. Unfortunate. We'll see what we can do. It's a bot fest. That's a good thing, because we got peeps in here. All right, so O-ring on Whirler Rogue. Okay. There are worse things out of our deck. You could Oblivion Ring. We get to keep Thopters. So we took a 2/2. I mean, it's an unblockable 2/2. So we block a soldier. Chop. Now we're seeing all the blue. Now I think he's Spectre? Well, let's get in with the Thopters first on the Elspeth. We have to pressure her. I think she's going to run away with the game, though. If we had just, like, a little more damage we could put on her, I think... And again, a flyer would do that. Like, committing the Spectre is not necessarily, like, we're losing on board. If we weren't losing on board, I could maybe hold back on Mystic. The fact that we're losing on board means I probably have to play Spectre here. Show me Dismiss. No? Okay. Spectre also blocks, okay. This might be a bolt target. This is probably where he spends his bolt. Helix. Helix or bolt. If he has Mana Leak, good. It's not relevant right now. Okay, Tretch. Okay, but we can Sower. Unfortunately, you know, are we going to resolve the Sower? Probably not. We'll try. He's just trying to protect the Elspeth. That's a fine way to do it. Us not being able to attack her for 2 is huge. So now we're taking 5 off the soldiers. That life gain from the Ooze might come back in this game. Couldn't be dismissed. We already played against it, says Izumi. We did? We already saw the dismiss. Alright, Teferi. Okay. This is awkward. So we have to Sower the Spectre so that the Thopters can get in. Not enough blue mana to Teferi first. Okay. Now, you know, if he has the removal for the Sower, he just has the removal for the Sower, and we have to Mystic Snake. I mean, we just have to, excuse me. On attack. Elspeth, please. We just have to get this damage in on the Elspeth, or it's just... This is like probably the last turn that we have to connect. Or, if we don't connect this turn, is just completely over. It's already mostly over, but it'll be completely over if we don't connect on the Elspeth. We're going to be facing 12 soldiers in a moment here. Run home says attack him. Ignore the Elspeth. Councils. He's got to have another counter here, right? Game's been too long. Alright, here's the Mana Leak, right? Alright, show us the leak. Yeah, if we kept wall, we could maybe pay for leak here, right? If I'd kept my other wall. If this is mounted leak, we could theoretically paid for it here. Any soft permission, dude, except for force spike works here. So I'm thinking about Mystic. Vote for Spectre. Podchep says vote for Spectre, they will be a tie. There's the miscalc. Yeah, I mean it's relevant. The other defender would have paid for the miscalc. Unfortunate that that was relevant. Nope. Vote for Spectre, there'll be a tie. Okay, so he voted for Sower. What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean? Like vote for Spectre, tie? They both die. He wins ties. Podtrap. What are you talking about there? This is will of the council, dude. It's exile each opponent with the most votes or tie for most votes. It says most votes. It's not just tied, and then each of those permanents is exile. It's the one that's tied for most votes, but he wins. Don't do that to Sarkir. Yeah, I mean you just vote for what he votes. It doesn't change anything, guys. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about here. Rufus says you don't want him to get Spectre back. Super Gravity says both will die. Oh yeah, the treachery is still attached to the Spectre. Ah, okay, I like it. It is very EDH Sarkir, yeah. I think we still just lose the Elspeth, but that's neat. Rain, thanks for the follow. Alright, so we take 8, and then we're just dead. I don't even want to show it to Fairy because it's really good in the matchup. It doesn't save us. Alright, an Ooze can maybe bring this game back. Awkwardly need... Hang on. How much life can we gain off this Ooze? Took every removal spell. Looks like it. We can still cast a fairy even if I ooze this way. And this gives us more green mana with the ooze. There's only like one creature in the yard though. I think we're just toast. I mean I can Teferi to block. I can Teferi to block. I can ooze the Mystic. I think you scoop to save clocks as Rufus. He is on 3 cards. It's not likely that even with the Teferi, we can get the Elspeth. She's plussing here. We're dead even if we landed the Teferi, right? And gain life and block 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see. We don't show the Teferi. If it changed the math, I might do it, but it doesn't change the math. Alright, Thrawn's great in this match. We took the day. Well, it's Wrath that we're worried about, Wrath of God. But I think Thrawn is still... I mean, he got more counter magic than we did. Future Sight might even be solid in this match. Some of our, like, these, like, when he's just on the Walker plan, like Geists and Sower kind of lose a lot of their effectiveness, unfortunately. Although if he's trying to use our own creatures against us, then we can get them back after a treachery, but... Summoning Trap, yeah, I can see the Summoning Trap, maybe even the Collected Company. I kind of want to be instant speed as possible, have some card draw engines. Old Man doesn't come in or stay in this matchup. I would even say that these aren't the greatest. Like, what did we see from the opponent? What is he? He's not really trying to win with the creatures. He's trying to win with the planeswalkers. These are only really as good as the creatures your opponent is willing to cast and give you. Yeah, opposition is great. Yeah. Again, these don't really... I mean, these are okay with opposition. Yeah, I mean, it's technically 2 dudes on a stick, right? Especially if you're taking something relevant, but... I don't know. Guys should come out as well. Right, I already took them out, Stein. Old Man's not terrible versus tokens. Okay, that's reasonable. I'll keep that in consideration. How good was the ooze there? Not really that great. We didn't see Snapcaster Mage. Although, you know, cutting any of the 2-drops makes the Collected Company I just boarded in worse, so I'd almost would just not run the Collected Company. Like, the second I start boarding out 2s and 3s, then we just shouldn't be running the company anyway. Terrassadon to kill walkers? We'd have to get really lucky off a summoning trap. We're probably not casting this, but maybe. If the game is going to go dirtle, we could run Garrick. I wouldn't even mind Garrick over the Terrassadon. Gives us a 6-drop. More top end? Well, why don't we run our own walkers? Garrick is a must answer. Keeps grabbing us action. Doesn't say green creatures, it says all creatures. It's just his minuses put green creature into play. But we have a couple that are pretty good to put into play. Avenger and maybe even... Well, Thrun you want to just cast. One more cut. Game is long, so what's not that great? Spectre is pretty awesome if we can get to it. I think that's wrong though, cutting any of the ramp, but we'll see. In a really long this hand I could make it about the Thrun. I can make this game about Thrun. I don't think it's a good hand though, because we're not casting the Vendilion Clique unless you see another blue source. We probably won't cast the Teferi at all. These are all cards we want to have in this matchup though. But this is, like, in Cube, in my opinion, this is Thrun's only decent matchup. This one here. Cut the Rogue. It may have been Rogue. I would almost keep this on the back of the Thrun. The Sandcast Thrun nearly casts Vendilion Clique. We need to make land drops in this matchup. Just keep it because of the Thrun? Yeah, I think we can rock it. Thrun for the win, I hope. We hope. Alright, still Island. Go. I would still almost just play the Island. Because we can go Forest if we want to head towards Thrun. This gives us upkeep and Vendilion Clique, which will help us better gauge the Thrun play. Or it might not be Vendilion Clique just yet. You know, you don't have to. Alright, now we start playing Forests. Do you go for the Vendilion Clique? I almost want to, before he has his... Yeah. I mean, we're the beats, so I think getting the beats on is... Alright, show me Miscalc. Oh, remove Soul. Okay. Well, that would hit the Teferi later. That's not so bad. Alright, so don't have exactly Wrath of God. And we're good. Show me exactly Wrath or Miracle Terminus. Didn't have it. Cool. I'm not actually casting the library here. I'd prefer to hold up end step to Fairy. I don't think that's greedy. Alright, Thrun, get there. It's gonna W here. Okay, so now I can Sylvan. Or I could play the Future Sight. Future Sight plus Sylvan is actually kind of gross, but I think it's you swing, you play Sylvan, and you hold up Snake. Sylvan. Elspeth? Treachery on Teferi? We saw Mana Tithe. I know the opponent has Mana Tithe. If he's the kind of person to pick Mana Tithe, he also may very well have the Force Spike. I just don't think we can. All right. He scoops him up.